planning to buy a house within Mumbai Municipal Limits soon? Well, you just lucked out. Starting next month, you will be able to check for building approvals online. The BMC is rolling out a system that will be applicable to new projects coming up within the Bombay Municipal Limits. My colleague Disha Shah has all the details and she sent us this report earlier. Take a look.
That's right, BMC is trying to make the process of building and buying real estate very simple. And with the Auto DCR coming soon in Mumbai, everything can now be accessed online, and it will be just a click away, making it a win-win situation for all the stakeholders, be it a developer or be it a home buyer. So let's understand that what are the benefits that a home buyer will get once this system will be fully operational. As a home buyer, if you have purchased a property in the city of Mumbai, you will be able to check the status of your project online, the approvals that your property has got till now, and everything will be transparent. On the other hand, builders can also rejoice here because BMC has reduced the permissions from 200 to 70, and under the new system, the plan is to cut time for construction permit to below 90 days. And according to Mumbai Municipal Commissioner Mr. Ajoy Mehta, the plan is to roll out the new manual within the next fortnight. Another benefit as a home buyer that you will get is the commencement certificate and IOD, which is the intimation of disapproval, will be issued at the same time. Similarly, occupation certificate and building completion certificate will be issued at the same time under the new model. And to achieve all of this, an assistant engineer will be appointed who will look after all these issues. And in case an officer fails to comply within the given time frame, the authority has the liberty to assign the work to another officer. And lastly, with all the information, with all the information accessible and available at one place, civic authorities are hoping that people would be better equipped now to take decisions regarding purchase of flats or executive agreements.
Thanks, Disha, for bringing us that report. Now, let's get a government voice on this development. Joining us live is BMC corporator, Mr. Ashish Shelar. Thank you so much for being with us, Ashish. My first question to you is about the all-important Auto DCR. Tell us, how exactly is this going to help all the stakeholders concerned?
The online approvals and Auto DCR will give the major benefit to the construction industries. A, it will bring a transparency. B, it will give a speedy approvals to the authorities and to the private parties. C, it would be accessible to a common man for scrutinization of the same. And D, it will reduce the time for the common man even to go and ask under RTI for any specific information. So I think this move will give a speedy development and more money and transparent way of working for private players also and for the corporation.
All right, now coming to the point, this is obviously good news for home buyers in the city. Tell us, what all can the home buyers check using this particular system?
The consumers may be one of the great beneficiary because of this system, because what has been applied for approval and what kind of approval one has got. The consumer need not to wait for the developer statement. They directly go online and check it up what kind of approval has been given. So this transparency can also benefit the consumers, and therefore home buyers and consumers can understand what is an approval for, what kind of selling features been given in this approval, and whether any developer is misrepresenting them or not.
Okay, so Ashish, will this system have information only on the new projects coming up or old projects as well?
I believe that the new projects will be the beginning of the same. The old projects online, if the documents and the files and the plans is available, the BMC should think about that also.
All right, Ashish, before I let you go, as a home buyer, will I be able to check land titles using the system?
I think the current government is also thinking about making the Sadbara titles and all mutation entries available on e-model that can ease out the problem of the common man about the same.
Ashish Shelar, thank you so much for taking time out to being with us here on the news on Magic Bricks. Now on to sharing some more details on this development. Let's talk to a builder then who will also benefit once the system gets implemented. We are being joined on the phone line by Mr. Rohit Poddar, Managing Director of Poddar Developers. Thank you so much for being with us here on the news on Magic Bricks. Now Rohit, tell us the auto route for building plans and deadlines. Are you happy with what has been proposed?
Well, I think if it gets done in the time frame that they're talking about, the municipal commissioner has mentioned a time frame of 1.5 months. I think it'll be a dream come true for the construction industry. Really, it's a landmark day if this actually happens. I think transparency is very important for all of us, including customers, developers, all the stakeholders in the business. And the time frame that has been taking for approvals have been inordinately late. And this obviously adds on to the cost of capital. As you know, land cannot be financed through a bank.
All right, Rohit, so you're clearly happy with this development. Tell us, a system of this kind could not have been made without industry input. So tell us, what else can we expect from this system?
Well, I mean, the software itself will, go through its own iterations. Currently, it's been under advanced testing. So I think you might have a few glitches in the software.
All right.
When you actually start putting in so much data.
All right.
So the first concern is, can the software handle, thousands of applications at the same time?
Okay.
And second, what will be the process of approval? So let's say, as a developer, we put in our data online. That's great. So it's now, instead of a paper application, it's an electronic application. But how long will the scrutiny of the same take? What is the timeline for approvals, and so on and so forth? That is something which haven't been told yet. So the industry is actually asking for single window clearance, not only for affordable housing projects, which is all that Poddar Developers does, but a single window clearance across all projects of real estate. So I think once the Auto DCR is on, the next logical step will be to have time-bound approvals, maybe in 7 days, 15 days, or maximum a month. And that's something which hasn't been commented on at this point of time. And that's our expectation as an industry body to have, single window clearance as well once the Auto DCR system is actually implemented.
All right. The BMC talks of empowering an assistant engineer to approve plans. How significant, according to you, is that?
Well, I mean, the more the red tape is actually cut, the better for everybody, including the consumer and the developer. So we hope that it's not another level of clearance and just a single person who basically, or a single office that basically clears the file on a speedy fashion.
All right. Rohit, before I let you go quickly, the BMC also claims to have reduced permissions from 200 to just 70. Have you seen any change on the ground so far?
Unfortunately, none so far. Whether it's in affordable housing or whether it's even in the city of Mumbai.
All right.
In fact, in the Kalyan and Bombay Municipal Corporation, which is a prime provider of affordable housing for the city, there's been no CCs, in fact, since, for almost coming up to 3/4 of a year now.
All right.
Because the municipality has been taken to court and a judge has passed an order that since the municipality hasn't provided adequate solid waste disposal ground, no new projects can actually come up. And this obviously affects the customers the most. It affects the developers. So, these kinds of things need to be resolved in a speedy fashion, and they currently have not been. So currently, we are seeing only policy paralysis and malaise rather than things happening faster. But I do believe that this government is extremely serious about reducing corruption, reducing red tapeism, getting single window clearance. And I believe that it will happen in the foreseeable future.
All right, then on that note, Rohit, we'll let you go. Rohit Poddar, Managing Director of Poddar Developers. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the news on Magic Bricks now.